huge breaking news, as it looks like Disney is going to get themselves sued. That's right, with Twitter getting on board, with folks like Gina Carano, Johnny Depp, and more potentially getting involved. In fact, Gina Carano has already sounded off on this thing. You and I, we're going to talk about this today. And remember, Disney has indeed reacted to, again, Gina Carano. They reacted to Johnny Depp. They reacted to so many other folks. They even put out statements about some of this stuff. It could come back to bite them big time, too. Share this everywhere. I mean, this is major news. And you know what else? This is fun times. This is fun times indeed. All right. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. So Elon Musk decided to drop an absolute bombshell in the middle of the night, one that can have a lot of ramifications for a lot of companies out there, and it looks like Disney, they may be the first up to bat. He said, quote, "If you are unfairly treated by your employer due to posting or liking something on this platform, we will fund your legal bill. No limit." He makes that clear. There is no limit. Please let us know. And this, so it has been viewed by quite a few people. Now, right from go, you have plenty of celebrities getting tagged in. You have people like Gina Carano. She ends up getting tagged in again and again. You also have Kara Creates. She ends up getting tagged as well. Now, Gina Carano is the first person to actually respond to this post. You can see her. She's letting Elon Musk know. She's letting Twitter know. She's letting Disney and the world know, too, by saying 4 simple words. I think I qualify. And look at all of the traffic that this has gotten so far. You're talking about a post that will end up with millions and millions of views. Now, that's bad for Disney because you're talking about millions of dollars lost in revenue. But you know what? The problems, they don't stop there. See, depending on how you translate what Elon Musk is saying, well, you could get into other folks like, say, JD versus AH. Why? Because a lot of the trial that we saw, it didn't just hinge on an article. It hinged on a retweet. A retweet, by the way, that a jury said, yeah, you know what? There is a lot of liability in that. You can see articles from Courthouse News pointing this item out. Now, we'll talk more about the JD versus AH thing in just a moment because there's some clarity that would have to be added. But as far as Gina Carano is concerned, there is no question whatsoever that she was fired over tweets and posts. I mean, you had the New York Post. They put up articles like this back in 2021. Quote, "See Gina Carano's tweets and posts that got her fired from The Mandalorian." With Disney, the mainstream media, that includes media shills for Disney and hundreds of thousands of people online, including actors and more, actors that worked with her, making it clear she was targeted and canceled because of, number 1, her politics, but number 2, for this post right here. And this post, I mean, it's crazy to think you get fired over that. Why? Well, the Holocaust Museum, they posted something very similar, almost identical, talking about indifference. They were showered with praise, but Gina Carano, she ended up getting fired. Listen to this. You tell me what here should get you fired. Quote, "Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Yahtzee soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Yahtzee soldiers could end up rounding up thousands of Jews, our government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views?" Again, it's a question on indifference. Indifference that leads to suffering, tragedy, and more. And this that ended up getting her fired. Now, Disney, they screwed up big time, too. Why? Because they made it very, very clear. Just like with Johnny Depp, Gina Carano, she was terminated because of things like posts. I mean, they said it in their response saying, hey, she's not working with us. By the way, those posts there, yeah, we're going to point them out too. And just to be clear, this reaction didn't just cost her her job on The Mandalorian, it cost her her representation with UTA. So there's even more damages from Disney. Listen to what they say here too. Quote, Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future, a Lucasfilm spokesman said in a statement. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Did you get that, by the way, from that post? Did you get any denigration saying, hey, we shouldn't have this division. We shouldn't have these problems. In fact, they seem to make the point that she was actually suggesting. Now, as far as the JD portion of this is concerned, this is about a $22 million plus question. And this is going to be determined by how someone like an Elon Musk actually defines the rules or the parameters to this. And what I mean is, are you being targeted because of a self-promotional post, something someone sees? They try to take you and your job, your livelihood away? Or are we just talking about accusation culture? And you know what? Disney, when they wake up in the morning, they're going to be terrified by something like this, because Elon Musk, you never know. He doesn't seem to be happy with AH at all these days. So who knows how things would fall? See, that trial there wasn't just about an article that was written in the Washington Post. A lot of people don't understand that. It also dealt with a title for an online edition. See, Heard came out and said, I didn't write that headline. You know, the one the jury found her liable for. In fact, the ACLU said Post editors, they probably got a hold of it. But what she did the day of publication, she sent out a tweet. She added a message to that. She hit send, republished the headline, and that included the title that ends up costing him $22 million plus. This, according to a Virginia jury. The judge said, too, merely linking to an article, that does not constitute republication, but adding content to a linked article may constitute republication. She told the jury they had to determine whether any added content was intended to reach a new audience, and that new audience question, again, that's the one that should terrify a Disney and more. Regardless, you're talking about one lawsuit you can see for sure. Gina Carano, and justice for her, man. She was done dirty. Dirty by Disney, dirty by Twitter, dirty by the media and more. But let me know what you think. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Can't say that enough. Links in the description. Share those. Let's have fun with this. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed.